Hello you beautiful people and welcome to today's video. Today I have a little digital speed paint for you. Yeah, if you're following me on Instagram you may have seen that I've started a mini comic series there. Because I apparently like suffering. So I don't know. The idea for Dennis came into my head like a few weeks ago and it hadn't left me, and I was like, yeah, I don't really have ideas for mini comics for Instagram, so let's just start this comic randomly, I guess, I think. Yeah, so I just did that. I plotted out some plot and I made some thumbnails and I just started doing it because also I hadn't used our iPad in a hot while and I thought it would be fun to just use it again because it was quite an expensive device, and it's a shame that it's just standing in the shelf. Like, I mean, it's not a shame, but like I just really wanted to use it again. And yeah, that's one reason I started the comic, but also I just really wanted to share it with all of you. It's lots of fun. So yeah, I'm drawing this picture because I wanted to upload Dennis' Death is the name of the comic to Tapas as well, because I know that some people like to read there because it's more convenient than reading it on Instagram. And I was like, yeah, let's just upload it. And I forgot that you need a cover page and you also need a logo, which I also designed. Just some little doodle, nothing special. And yeah, that's why I made this illustration for that reason. And yeah, that's really all there is to the picture. And I decided to put all my three, or if you count the dog, 4 protagonists on the cover illustration. And it's of course Dennis' Death, who is a reaper who collects the souls of the dead and brings them to the river of the dead, where they are delivered to the afterlife. And then also we have his friend Ezra, who is the ferryman, who has a little boat and he brings the souls to the other side. And also we have Tiffany, who is a banshee, and she lives in his Dennis' apartment as his roommate. They are roommates, the Reaper and the Banshee. And also there is Digger the dog, who is a little stray, if you want to call him that. He's a dead dog. But Dennis found him at the River of the Dead, and he just took him home and he made him from a soul to a touchable being again. I just figured I could just make up that he can do that with animals if he likes. So not human souls, because that's like a crime, I imagined, but with animals that could be done. So yeah, and the story is meant to be just kind of snippets out of the life of these three, like their everyday life. And I really like fantasy slice of life stuff, like urban fantasy slice of life stuff, because they live in a modern human world, in between humans. And how I imagined it is that because Dennis looks not really human, if you have seen that, and I thought that it would be fun to have them have the ability. It's just like like just an ability that they come with when they are born, that humans just don't see that they are not human. You know, they just see a human face when they look at them, like some kind of disguise spell thingy. That's how I imagined it. Yeah, and again, the story is just meant to be just little snippets out of their lives, just about their friendship, because these three are friends, and yeah, just what I imagined, like a banshee, a reaper, and a ferryman dealing with. I don't know really how to explain it, but like, you know, it's just, I just wanted to share it. Sometimes I have these little ideas that I want to make into comics, and I barely do, but I figured I would just do it because I did not imagine this story to be like a big epic thing, or like a very like worked out kind of thing. I just wanted to draw these little snippets. And I have 3 parts up already. I'm currently doing a little introduction into the world and for the characters, and from that on out I plan on just drawing like parts that are connected but that are not like, you know, a big comic. And yeah, that's really all there is to it. I'm just having fun with it, honestly. Like, at the moment I have a bit more time on hand, so I figured I could just do it. I'm still working on the comic with Leslie as well. I have finished drawing the first chapter. I'm still into the process of uploading it every week with 2 pages on Tapas and Webtoon. And I've linked them in my link tree, so if you're interested, you can check them out. And I'm my wife just gave me a very good idea, because I'm apparently like a grandma and I don't know how anything works. I did not know how Tapas works as well, because I know that on Webtoon people like longer updates. And that's the thing I've heard, like they like when you dump out like a big chapter instead of like small parts. But she explained to me that on Tapas it's like that, like the name suggests it a bit. It's small bites. So how I usually did it was I uploaded a chapter, and then every week I would add 2 pages to that chapter. But what I did not think about is that people cannot write comments to the individual pages I load up then, because they can comment every week if they want, but that would be like, people wouldn't know what they were commenting on, because I was just adding these 2 pages to the existing chapter, and that will be updated, and the comments would not be related to the pages that I uploaded, if that makes sense. So I started now like uploading 2 pages as 1 episode for the Leslie comic, the Petra comic. And yeah, last week was the first week that I did it, and I think it's working pretty well. I've gotten nice feedback on it. And this is how I plan on doing it with Dennis as well. The worlds, by the way, are not connected. These are 2 separate worlds and 2 separate universes, just to make that clear. But I plan on uploading the parts that I upload as separate parts on Instagram as separate episodes on Tapas as well. And this is why I made this cover page. And yeah, they're all kind of, they have a fashion style that's kind of grungy, kind of gothic-y. I found that That's just kind of my thing. If you don't know, I was like, when I was in school still, I was like one of those emo kids, grunge style kind of stuff, and I'm still a bit into it, to be very honest. And yeah, I just like that kind of style, and I find it funny to give the Reaper that kind of style as well. Yeah, that's just an explanation on that. I really like his shirt. I would wear it. Definitely would wear that shirt that Dennis wears. Yeah, what Dennis does for a living is pretty clear, and I also think what Ezra does for a living is pretty clear. I imagined Tiffany, the banshee. When I first showed her on Instagram, by the way, I gave her all red eyes, but now I gave her like these reddish eyeballs and very bright blue eyes. I found that a very nice contrast, so I decided to give her that eye color. Tiffany really likes to sing. She has a very nice voice. And she really likes, she's a singer, so yeah. But also, to give this all a bit more of conflict, I thought that as a banshee, you know, when you hear the scream of a banshee, you're probable to die. Like, that's, I think, how the lore goes. I think that's how I remember it. Because the banshee is a death fairy. And yeah, I thought that would be fun to give her a nice singing voice, but also to give her a problem that she has to deal with. And that will be like, sometimes she just gets overtaken by her nature, and she gets this fits where she like screams, she's like out of her mind and stuff. And people die when they hear that, so that's bad. But I imagined it because she suppresses her nature a bit, and she has never learned how to control her abilities and stuff, and she never uses them, and that's why she gets these screaming fits sometimes. So I don't know if that makes any sense to any of you, but like that's how I imagined her to be. And yeah, she's usually a very kind, nice person. I think she likes gossip a lot, but she's also very caring and very nice. So yeah, there's a lot of creatures that I imagine in this world that yeah, I'm very excited to share more of this, but I just had to take a little break on drawing parts right now because I wanted to work on my main webcomic also at the same time. Also, how I imagine it to be, I say that a lot in this video, I'm sorry. How Dennis works, how his work is working. I think that I want to make it so they have like internet connection and stuff. They have like an agency for Reapers where they get their targets and stuff, their customers where they have to pick them up, and they get like emails and stuff from the agency, and sometimes they have to go to meetings and stuff. Because in this world there's a lot of Reapers, because you know, one Reaper can't really do all the things alone because there's a lot of dead people, and yeah, they pick up the souls and bring them to their ferryman. He is assigned to Ezra as his ferry person, who brings over his dead people, but other Reapers are assigned to other ferrymen. This is how it's in my head right now. And yeah, so I imagine them to get like emails and stuff. And I had to think, if you haven't read The Company of Death by I think Elisa Hansen, is that her name? I hope. I talked about this book a lot in the past. Maybe you have heard it. It's so good. It's such a good book. And the Reaper in that one has a little tablet where he has his souls and his stuff. And I found that very charming. I found that very cute because, I don't know, I find that very cute. And I kind of stole that idea from there. But yeah, I think I'll give Dennis a little smartphone where he gets, like, where he has a little messenger. And he gets his work notes on the little messenger app. Like, I'm probably calling it What's Death or so. What's dead? Who's dead? I don't know. Like kind of a real messenger app, but more like a pun with dead. I don't know. I have to think about that. If you have any ideas, please drop them down in the comments. And what's also really funny, I uploaded the last part. I don't know if I'm gonna have another part uploaded by the day this video goes up, but the last part I uploaded was with where Ezra is introduced for the first time and he takes the soul from Dennis and he takes it on his boat, the soul, and people were immediately like, okay, this is a ship, guys. And I was like, oh no, because I did not plan for that. I planned something else for both of them. And I hope people are not mad at me, because as I could maybe imagine Ezra and Dennis. No, I could not, because they're, in my head, they're like just big, huge buddies and stuff, but I can't imagine them as a couple, kind of. Yeah, I have planned a lot of things in my head right now. I hope I'm gonna be able to get them out to you. I hope I can maintain the energy to draw all that comic stuff, but it's so much fun right now. I'm trying to take breaks, because I tend to not take breaks enough, and then I'm overworking myself, which is bad. But I try to not do that. I really try to not do that. But still, yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with this comic right now, as well as the other one. And I don't know if it's just insane to take on 2 projects at once, but I'm fine right now. I have a lot of time on my hands, so why not try and get out some more creative stuff out of my system so there's space for more. Yeah, I'm getting a bit rambly right now, and yeah, I decided to do this as a video for this week because I have a hard time getting myself to put up my camera and draw like in my sketchbook on camera and stuff. I don't really had ideas what to draw. I could just draw studies, I think, but I wasn't really feeling it, and I just thought, well, I have to draw this cover page. I want to draw this cover page, so why not getting out like my iPad and do it on there, and then I can just use the screen recording feature, and then I can just use that video as a video for YouTube this week. And I have to say, I really love the iPad. It's a very nice thing. But when you're just working with Windows, except the iPad, when you just, I only have Windows PC, then it's kind of a hassle to get like big data off of it. I have a little stick. I have a newer iPad where you that has USB-C, and you can buy USB sticks that have like two ends. One end is USB-C and one end is a regular USB stick. And you can transfer data from the iPad through USB-C on the stick and then just plug the normal USB stick into your computer port. And I tried that, but my iPad was like, you know, I'm not recognizing your stick anymore. Then I tried a software update on the iPad, that did not work, and then I had to format the stick and that did work. So sometimes it's a hassle to get this thing to work with the iPad because it hates this stick. I don't know if that's because of the stick, because I bought a very cheap one, or if that's because Apple is like, you're inserting a device that does not have fruit on it. Are you sure you want to do that? Yeah, so that's kind of a hassle sometimes. But I did manage to get it to work. That's fine. That's cool. So, yeah. I think, let me see. I think I'm talking way too long already. I hope you had fun watching this and hear me ramble about my comic and stuff. And I see you next time. Thank you very, very much for watching. Until we see each other, please, please, please do something that makes you happy. Bye!